Just saying, that was nice. Pound dribble, sidestep to the right, pull up from 3 at the buzzer. That's a good shot. Paige was balling, man.
Paige Bueckers, sidestep, three-pointer. Paige Bueckers, a buzzer beater. 15.
Y'all know I am not the biggest Unrivaled. The format, the whole 3-on-3 thing, it's not my cup of tea. But boy, Paige Bueckers put on an absolute flat-out show. Paige Bueckers put on a show today in her Unrivaled debut. I was not entertained with the games earlier, Kelsey Mitchell and them, but this final game tonight, I will say I was somewhat entertained, and mainly because Paige Bueckers was getting busy and showing out, and she proved.
24 points, 6 assists, 0 turnovers. But here's what the stat sheet won't tell you. Kelsey Plum, a 3-time All-Star, got absolutely cooked. 5 for 17 shooting, 2 for 10 from 3. And the worst part? Paige made it look easy. Now, before we go any further, drop a comment right now. Is Paige Bueckers the best shooting guard in the WNBA? Because after tonight, I don't see how you can argue otherwise. And trust me, that take is about to make some people very uncomfortable. Let's set the scene. Unrivaled, the new 3-on-3 league that's supposed to be showcasing WNBA talent in the off-season season. The format is different, the spacing is wild, and honestly, most of the games have been forgettable. But then, Paige Bueckers steps on the court for her first game ever, and suddenly, everyone's paying attention. Here's the thing about 3-on-3 basketball that nobody's really talking about. It's a completely different animal. In 5-on-5, you've got help defense, you've got rotations, you've got schemes. In 3-on-3, it's isolation city. It's one-on-one situations all game long. And that means, if you can't guard your man, everyone's going to see it. Paige comes out firing. First quarter, she's hitting mid-range jumpers like they're layups. She's using that size advantage, that 6-foot frame, and she's just rising up over defenders who can't do anything about it. The confidence is through the roof. This isn't a rookie trying to feel out a new league. This is a player who knows exactly who she is. And here's where it gets interesting. Kelsey Plum is on the other side. Now, Kelsey's a phenomenal player, back-to-back All-Star, one of the best scorers in the WNBA. But tonight, she's getting hunted. Every single possession, Paige is attacking her. Drop the shoulder, create space, rise up. Drop the shoulder, create space, rise up. It's the same move over and over, and Kelsey can't stop it.
What's nice about having Gary McDonald on the floor with Bueckers. Bueckers can
A third consecutive All-Star nod. All-League second team. Bueckers fadeaway swish.
But both of these teams, you can see the...
See what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that, she's going to be able to get that off whenever. It's literally only 3 defenders, so there's a lot of times there's no strong side help in certain scenarios. I mean, this is a whole different thing. So I'm just taking it for what it is. The things she did tonight, I already knew she could do, but she was balling.
All-League second team. Bueckers fadeaway swish.
But both of these teams, you can see the quickness they're getting into their actions.
Paige Bueckers with trickery. A minute first quarter. Breeze has caught the momentum. Wind at its sails as Bueckers leans and scores. Area Fenn, an all-star in her first pro campaign, looks to carry it over. Bueckers finds break code out there. They try to establish a 2-woman game. Martin catches the back door and scores to go to work. Paige Bueckers. Sidestep, three-pointer. Paige Bueckers.
And she feels like it's a tough matchup for Dominique Malonga to match her positioning and strength, but they really missed Cameron Brink.
Kelsey Plum too little.
Picks up where she left off 17 points. She blocks a shot of Plum, but it falls right back.
And that's what you want to see more of. I think they're going to continue to just have a great connectivity with one another.
They were at Team USA training camp together. They just insane results on this end, a 5-point game. 17 points for Paige Bueckers. Mid-range, Jay, money. For winning score, fourth quarter time. Bueckers hit a buzzer beater to end the first half. Wiggles free, feed it to Dawn, score! Over to Hayes, he's got 18 points. Bueckers stands tall and comes up with a stop on defense.
The size difference is just too much. Paige is bigger, longer, and she's using every inch of that advantage. When Kelsey tries to pressure her, Paige just backs her down. When Kelsey gives her space, Paige pulls up from three. It's a nightmare matchup, and you can see the frustration building. By halftime, Paige already has 17 points, and she caps it off with a buzzer beater. 3 side step, pound dribble to the right, pull up at the buzzer, swish. The confidence is bordering on disrespectful at this point, and the crowd is losing their minds. Now, let's talk about why this performance matters more than just one game. Because there's been this narrative around Paige Bueckers since she got drafted, the comparisons to Caitlin Clark, the questions about whether she can live up to the hype, the rookie season that was good but not spectacular. People have been waiting for Paige to have that statement. Tonight was that moment. And she didn't do it against some random role player. She did it against Kelsey Plum, one of the best guards in the WNBA. That matters. That sends a message. But here's the controversial part that nobody wants to say out loud. This format actually favors Paige's game. She's a half-court player. She's elite in isolation situations. Give her space one-on-one, and she's going to cook. That's just facts. So, yeah, she dominated tonight. But I'm going to say something that might make some of you angry. Paige Bueckers has always been the best shooting guard in the WNBA. This game didn't prove it. This game just made it undeniable. The mid-range game, the footwork, the shot creation, the basketball IQ, it's all elite at Caitlin's the best point guard in the league. Nobody's arguing that. But Paige at the 2-guard spot? Name someone better. Kelsey Mitchell, great score. Let's get back to the game. Second half starts, and Paige isn't letting up. She's getting to the rim. She's hitting mid-range jumpers. She's facilitating for her teammates. 6 assists, 0 turnovers. That's not just scoring efficiency. That's complete offensive control, and defensively, she's active. She's getting blocks. She's switching on to bigger players and holding her own. This isn't just an offensive showcase. This is a complete performance. The kind of game that makes general. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum is struggling. Every shot is contested. Every drive is getting cut off. She finishes 5 for 17. And honestly, some of those made shots were just desperation, heaves that happened to fall. This wasn't a competitive matchup. This was a masterclass. Now, Elia Boston had a solid game, too. 18 points, good efficiency. Much better than her showing last season in Unrivaled. Tiffany Hayes put up 20, but make no mistake, this game was about one player. Final score, Paige's team wins. She finishes with 24 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and those 2 blocks. 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. Efficient, dominant, and completely in control. Here's what this means going forward. The WNBA season is coming. Every team is watching this. Every scout is taking notes. And Paige Bueckers just announced that she's not here to be compared to anyone. She's not here to be the next anything. The 3-on-3 format might favor her style, sure, but you know what? Let's talk about Dominique Malonga for a second, because Paige gave her some major props in the post-game interview. 19 years old, 15 points, and apparently her basketball IQ is off the charts. Paige said that Malonga's best attribute is her passing, which is wild for someone that. But here's the reality. Tonight was about proving a point. Paige Bueckers has been dealing with the hype, the comparisons, the expectations since she was in high school. She's been under a microscope her entire career. And every time she steps on the court, people are wait. Tonight, she validated it. She didn't just validate it. She exceeded it. 24 points against elite competition, making it look effortless. That's not luck. That's not the format. That's skill, preparation, and a kill. Now, I know some of you are going to say it's just 3-on-3. It doesn't mean anything. And to that I say, tell that to Kelsey Plum. Tell that to everyone who watched this game and saw one player completely outclass another. Here's my bold prediction. When the WNBA season starts, Paige Bueckers is going to be a top 5 player in this league. Not top 5 at her position, top 5 overall. The shooting, and before you come at me in the comments saying I'm overreacting to one game, ask yourself this. How many players can drop 24 and 6 in their debut in a new format against all? Kelsey Plum is going to bounce back. She's too good not to. But tonight wasn't her night. Tonight belonged to Paige, and she took full advantage. 5 for 17 is rough, especially when the player guarding you is putting up video game numbers on the other end. That's the WNBA needs stars. It needs rivalries. It needs moments that make casual fans pay attention. And what we saw tonight was exactly that. Paige Bueckers stepping into the spot. Let's stop with the she needs to prove herself narrative. She's proved it over and over again. College, WNBA, and now Unrivaled. At a certain point, we need to stop asking Paige to validate her talent and start recognizing that we're watching one of. Drop a comment. What do you think Paige's ceiling is? Because after tonight, one more thing before we wrap up. The confidence. The swagger. The way Paige played tonight wasn't just about skill. It was about belief. She walked into that arena for her Unrivaled debut and played like she owned the place. No hesitation. Kelsey Plum will learn from this. She'll make adjustments, but the damage is done. Everyone saw what happened tonight, and the narrative has shifted. Paige Bueckers isn't the promising, so here's the final take. The one that's going to make some people mad. Paige Bueckers is the best shooting guard in the WNBA right now. Not in 2 years. Not when she reaches her prime.
Right now.
Tonight proved it. And if you disagree, I genuinely want to hear your argue. Like this video if you think Paige is the best 2 guard in the league. Comment if you disagree. Subscribe if you want more unfiltered WNBA content that actually tells the